It's really a sense of relief and satisfaction, of course, because you know that we were under a lot of pressure really to regain the gold for the country. But like I said, we owe it all to the players who put in the effort and showed tremendous grit to come through despite really very trying conditions. That's the different thing. I know a lot of people are saying this is the Southeast Asian Games. We should always win here. And I agree. Except this one was different kasi the conditions were really very, very difficult. And like I said, well, I have to give credit to the players for putting up with it and playing through to victory.
Well, Coach, speaking of conditions, eto nga, may sinabi nga si Coach Harry Savaya of Cambodia saying that, you blamed everything daw. As a coach, you blamed the weather, you blamed the players, and he says that he will teach you, if you want, about coaching in places like Europe. What do you have to say about that?
I think he got affected by the heat. I think he's still hallucinating up to now. I think he said that because when we lost, the media asked me right after the game what my comments were about the game, and I said, we didn't have the real Justin Brownlee because he suffered from severe dehydration, and it was a different kind. It was I really, akin to suffocating. He really felt suffocated. Ang kapal ng air. It was so heavy in the venue. So just the first 2 minutes, it was already completely out. So I said we didn't see the real Justin Brownlee in this game. Maybe that's why he said that I blamed the players. But I never blamed the players. I just stated the fact. Yung sa conditions, talagang fact yun. And everyone was talking about, not only me, every other coach and every other player. So, in the end, when we had the real Justin Brownlee, we were able to acclimatize and give him better recovery and hydration protocols. Then we saw the real Justin Brownlee in the semi-final match and in the final. And, I think we had the last laugh.
Okay,
Other than that, I don't want to comment on the coach.
Ito na lang, Coach, ha?
High road.
Baling natin yung topic ngayon. So, before the SEA Games, everyone was really, really making abang dito sa lineup for Gilas. So, ang daming hindi nakapunta. And a lot are worrying and wondering now, sino ba ang masasama sa World Cup? Now, for sure, mas maraming willing sumama at nag-clear na ng schedule ahead of time. Can you talk us through, Coach, how the selection process will be and what major issues you're going to bump into with the selection process?
I think one big obstacle that we've always wrestled with in the past is, the schedule of games, whether it's in the PBA, in Japan, Korea, every other tournament. That obstacle is going to be cleared now because every other tournament in the world is going to go on pause to make way for the World Cup. So I think that's one major issue that is going to be out of our way. So now it's going to be a matter of the coaching staff sitting down and really figuring out which is the best. I don't want to preempt the coaching staff, but we're thinking 16, 18 players to make the final pool, from which we will choose the final 12. So we plan to have a 16, 18-man pool. It might be more to go on an extended training period that will include foreign camps and tune-up games against a quality competition. And then that should give us a better idea of what the final composition is going to be, which is going to be the final 12-man roster.
Ito na, Coach, elephant in the room, itatanong ko na, mabilis silang Justin Brownlee or Jordan Clarkson?
We still have not made that decision. And like I say, when I say that nobody has a lock on any slot, it is a real, an honest statement. Not even Justin, not even Jordan. We have to really determine. And it's not only going to be skills. There are other factors, schedules, their own personal schedules, economics. To be very honest about it, to be very frank, economics also is going to be an issue. So there are a lot of things that are going to be involved in making the final determination.
Coach, you are graduating or you have graduated already from the SEA Games, declaring that this is your last time you'll be coaching on that level. What made you decide to declare that? And you said that you want to develop a developmental team specifically for the SEA Games. Tell us a little bit more about your learnings with this final stint in the SEA Games.
That's always been the case naman. We've always brought in what we used to call the candidates pool to the SEA Games. However, recent developments have necessitated that we bring the pros in. But I really think the Southeast Asian Games is a competition that has to be approached from a developmental aspect. So I'm a big believer that we should bring in the younger players, college players, or the younger professionals or commercial players in this competition. Otherwise, wala na silang lalaruan eh. They won't have any opportunity to play internationally, except for elite FIBA competitions like Asian Games or the World Cup or the FIBA Asia Cup. So I really think, speaking as the project manager, program director for basketball for the SBP, and again, I'm not preempting SBP President Al Panlilio or the SBP management, but those are my thoughts as a program director.
Well, as for your retirement from the SEA Games,
yeah, and also speaking about that, then if it's developmental, it should also include the coaches. We should also start developing younger coaches because this coaching staff, we were all senior citizens already. Kuya Jong, Chico, Kuya Tim Con, di ba? So we have to, pass the torch.